Okay, now we are online on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Good morning. Today we start a new immersion 100% in English. I'm here with Andrea and Rafael to talk about fears and life changes. Okay, Lucas is coming. Tonight here. And before we start, I do can you introduce how TNT works. So Talk Talk is a platform for you to develop your language skills and achieve fluency in the language. Here in the Talk Talk, we have English, Spanish, Italian, French, and here we don't judge you and correct you. So here's a safe place to practice. Okay. And yeah, remember, I'm not English teacher, so sometimes I make some mistakes with pronunciation, grammar, and things like that because I'm learning. And that's it. So I will introduce myself. My name is Suelen. I'm 29. I live in a small city in Rio de Janeiro with my family. I have a degree in human resource and post-graduation degree in organizational psychology. And I'm attending a second degree in business administration. I'm here on Talk and Talk since 2021 and become a hostess in 2023. In my free time, I like to go out with my friends, love to read books, fantasy books, and I think that's it about me. So, hello, Lurian. Lurian, sorry. Good
No, don't
morning,
worry.
Lucas.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
So, Andrea, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, for sure. Good morning, guys. My name is Andrea. I am from São Bernardo do Campo, but I've been living in Guarujá, the coast of São Paulo, for almost 40 years. Today it's raining a lot here. Thank God, because I take this opportunity to rest. I love sleeping with the rain sound. So I did it, thank God. I am an administrative assistant in a Japanese restaurant. I've been attending on Talk and Talk since October 2021 to develop myself, my speaking skills, and of course, other things that we can develop here. So for me, it's almost always a great opportunity to be here. That's it.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for your sharing. Rafael, go ahead.
Um, Hello, my name is Rafael Moraes. I am 32 years. Um, I'm living in Portugal, but I'm born in Brasilia, Brazil. Um, my work as in engineer civil engineer. And this is, I don't even remember now.
It's okay, no problem. Thank you, Rafael, for your sharing. Lucas, how about you?
Yeah. Hello, guys, again. Good morning. My name is Lucas Brizola. I am 29 years old and I live in Sorocaba, a city in the Encontro side of São Paulo. I have two tattoos on my arm and another my chest. I am single and I share my home with my dog Mel. She's my right Shih Tzu and she cut black spot her body. Is my little bag of rice. Cooking is one of my passion. I love experimenting in the kitchen and creating recipes. While I cook a bit of everything, desserts are definitely my specialty. Lasagna is my all-time favorite dishes. When it comes to sweetest, I can resist ice cream, especially one raisin and the corn flavors. In my free time, I enjoy reading, watching movies and the series, and listen to music. And my task is quite eclectic, from techno to rock. I also like trying new activities, such as visiting water parks or taking boats, short and long trips whenever possible. On weekends, I prefer more relaxed plan, like going to mall, strolling through parks, hanging out with my friends, cinema, or writing out. Professionally, I've been working recruitment and selection for a decade, with the past 7 years focusing on hiring in the tech industry, a tech recruiter. That's it about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas. Lurian, the last but not least, go ahead.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm Luria. I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm 34 years old. Here in Talk and Talk, I started 7 months ago to learn French. And I remember Swelling was with me in the group, right, Swelling? But it's like that. So I decided to participate of some immersions in English and Spanish because of my work. I was not working last year for a lot of months, and now I'm working in a company, in the international company, and I have meetings every week in English and Spanish. So always is a opportunity to improve. And I really like the environment here in Talk and Talk. I think we can work and not just learn a language, but the other soft skills too. And that's it. I have 2 dogs, and I don't know if I don't think here, but perhaps Mother's Day for the mother of everyone. That's it.
Thank you, Lurian. And yeah, I have to back to study French again. I stopped to study, but I want to back. Um, let's go to start, guys. So the first question, I start with you, Lurian. What is a fear you had as a child that you no longer have today?
Um, like I remember when I was a child, I never have a fear of animals, or something like that. Always I was my sister was this one, she has she was afraid about a lot of things, and always I was, let's go to try. We need to try this. But one thing that I remember is not an object or a specific thing, but I remember I was afraid about the future. Like who I remember I was like 5 6 years old, and I have a lot of feelings because my family and my parents, they put a lot of expectation on me about to study, to work, to do things. And I remember when I when I complete like 18 years old, I cried a lot because of the fear of the responsibility, the no, like when you are afraid about the life. And I don't have this anymore. Like, of course I have other challenge in my life is not easy, but we just need to try one day. Maybe one day we will have a better bad results, the other day good ones, and that's it. But when I was a kid, I remember always I was afraid about the future. I never want to celebrate my birthday because I was afraid to be old, to get old all the time. Even today is really hard for me to celebrate my birthday because of that, because I remember that feeling of uh, of being afraid to the future, to be old, and maybe to be old and not be a nice person. But is that's it. So now I'm adult, so life is like that. It's different for everyone, but we need to keep doing. I have my bills to pay. I have my dreams to realize, and that's it. Is not that I thought when I was young. Thank you.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you about the expectation that parents put it on us, because oh my God, Rafael's left. Okay. And it's crazy because I passed for the same thing like you, and it's very hard to deal to handle with this when we was a child and when we was a teenager, because it's a mix of emotions, it's a mix of feelings. And when we become an adult, we carry these I don't know how to say bagagem. with us, and we have to treat it on the therapy and things like, and take a long time to treat it, and we suffer a lot for it because we demand so much of ourselves, and we compare ourselves with the others, and this is a cycle, and this is very very bad. I think it is awful. I remember when I complete 18, like you said, and when I finish my high school, I remember that I think what college I I will do, in the past, and for me it was very difficult, and I cry so much as well because I don't know. I think I had to do all the things that my father and my mother wanted that I do. I think that's it. And for me, it was terrible. And I start with maybe 22 years old. I started to do a college because I didn't know what career I will follow, because I was lost, because all the time I don't know how to say that in English, but todo tempo eu queria ai, nossa, eu esqueci até como fala em português. Mas como se fosse agradar, né? To please my parents all the time with their expectations. So was so terrible. Yeah. Thank you, Luria. Lucas, how are you?
For me, I usually to be really afraid of the dark. I imagine a monster everywhere. But today I am totally fine with it. I actually enjoy quit in the dark place now. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah. And you, Andrea. Thank you, Lucas.
Yes, I remember, guys, when I was a child, I was afraid of lose my mom, my parents, my friends, because I didn't understand the feeling of the meaning of death. I didn't understand that the the only certain that we have in this life is that one day we will die. We're gonna die. Nowadays, it doesn't mean that I don't have this fear anymore, but as an adult, I understand, that we need to pass through it. And when we lose someone that you really love, someone that it's part of your family, or I don't know, your friends, even a friend, uh, you feel like so sad, but we understand that there is no other way to handle it. So it's strange to think about, because I remember once I asked for my mom, "Oh, mom, please, um, don't give me here, don't, yeah, não me deixe, don't let me here in this world, because I don't want that you die one day, because I didn't understand the meaning." So it's strange to think about that nowadays, but I was really afraid of that. And now I understand the meaning of death, so we need to be prepared for this, even though we are not, but I don't know, we need.
Yeah, and we all the time, I think we don't in my case, I think I can't talk to everyone, but in my case, I can't handle with this, with the death and things at death, I think, and things like that, because I lost. I think it's not lost, but my two grandmothers die. I don't know how to say that, but uh, uma depois da outra, was like 1 month after the other died. So it's a very sad And I remember that all the time I was in her house, them house, and past the Sunday, things like that. And I don't know, I think when I don't know how to say that in English, mas matriarcas the die, I think the family split, split, and we don't have the same contact with the other, maybe uncle, aunts, and cousins. So I think all the things is a mess, and people just follow the lives, and they don't start to planning a party to go to everyone to stay together anymore and things like that. So I think this is so sad. When you were a child, we like these things, this party with to get the family together and things like that. And nowadays, it's not like when we grandmother is alive, so it's very strange. I don't like it, but I can't to I don't know how to say that in English, mas tipo forçar as pessoas to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I understand. Thank you, Andrea, for your sharing. So, Andrea, I'll start with you for the question. Second question: how do you usually react when you face something that scares you?
Oh, I think at the beginning I feel a little anxious because I am an anxious person, you know.
Mhm.
But I try to handle the situation like depending on the situation, I need to handle, and I try to breathe, to keep calm, and then I get ready to face it. But it's not easy, right? Depending on the thing that you need to face and that that scares you. So we need to have this, how can I say, this balance, this not balance, we control, I think, emotional control and oh, I need to do it, but I am afraid what I need to do. So for me, it's the worst part, but we need to handle and then I try to keep calm and breathe and go on. That's it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrea. Luria, and about you?
In the first moment, I think I will cry a little or maybe a lot. It depends of the situation because of it's my react not because I want to cry. It's because I'm really cry person. Like I cry like sometimes I'm just doing nothing and I'm crying. So in these kind of situations, of course, I will cry a little. I don't know if it's depend of the situation. I can be paralyzed. It's I think it's depend. I didn't have a experience like to see this, but sometimes I see that I cannot move. If something I don't know the answer for something, or oh, this is scaring me. I feel like I will be paralyzed maybe sometimes. Like for example, when I am in a festival or when I'm out of my house and I saw like a situation, sorry, I see a situation that maybe is dangerous. The most of time my first reaction is not to run, is to be stop. So maybe I have this to be paralyzed. But if it's situations with the life, the normal experience we pass, I think it's first try to understand what was happening with you, try to learn something with this, try to overcome this problem, um, try to understand why this is scaring you and why and how. And so in the first moment I think my first reactions will be like that, or cry or be paralyzed because of that. But I think in some few seconds after I will do something. I will try to react to defense myself. So it's more like that.
Thank you, Luria. And you, Lucas.
For me, for me, before I would freeze. Nowadays, my reaction they say it's a bit crazy. I get nervous, but I still go and see what's going on. For example, some time ago, I heard a very loud noise on the roof at the back of my house. It's as 11 in the night. I went upstairs to see it as someone tried to get down. I turned out to be someone you had habit at the house next door and as trying to hide or steal from mine. And the sensitive policy here looking for her on the street here alive. I called them and they hide to catch uh, win by surprise and surprise when you come down from the roof of my house. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Lucas. For me, guys, I think that scare me. I react with anxious. I feel anxious, fear a lot. Obviously, I feel afraid a lot of things. But like Lurian said, this stopped me, and after I don't know how to say that in English, tipo, o susto passa. My anxiety increase, and if this situation was is different, that is not like maybe uh animal that scare me or other things, is like a feeling that happened, a situation that happened, get me stressful and things like that. So I react like that, anxious, stress, or maybe I feel afraid of something. That's it. So let's go to the number three. Lucas, can fear something help us? In what situation?
For me, yes, fear can protect us in stopping us from doing dangerous things like jumping for a high place or driving too fast. That's it.
Thank you. Lurian, and you?
I really think the fear can help us, like to protect, like Lucas said, but is a kind of a sense that we can risk our lives. So I think fear in the end can be healthy, because maybe your, how can I say this, in our body we have the intuition, we have the system, the nervous system that give you some kind of instincts, no survival ones. So you need to be cautious about a lot of things. So I can say like this happen with me all the time when I'm out and I am in the street that is there is no one and it's totally dark. And I said, oh, it's not good here. I can someone can steal me, someone can come here. So this fear you make me be out of that place. Or maybe make me call for some help. So all these help us for sure. And I think the most of time is related to our life and the life of our loved ones. So it's like that.
Thank you. Andrea, how about you? What is your opinion
Yes,
about this question?
I agree with Lorian and Brizola about fear can protect us. It's a good example that I ride a motorcycle and sometimes I catch myself like, passing the limit about the velocity. And always I try to remember, oh, you need to pay attention on it because if you lose this fear, this sense of fear, sense of you can be hurt for, I don't know, in an accident, for example, you became more free, to have this behavior. And all the time that I catch myself in this situation, I try to thinking about some problems that we can avoid just thinking about the problem. So because when you're driving on the street, it's something that don't depend only on you. We need to pay attention in the others as well. So it's really dangerous sometimes. So of course, when in this case, fear can help us. And even when you are, I don't know, we have some doubts. I believe that if you have some doubts, you are afraid of something, and maybe it can help you to think more about the situation. So it's always good. But in the other hand, we need to take care if this fear is stopping you. So this is a different to be aware, to be careful, and then to to be afraid of everything, and it can stop you to do other things. So that's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you guys. And talking about that you said, Andrea, about the I think pass of limit. I do it with I am in the road, with
Hmm.
my father cars, and sometimes I think, oh my God, I pass up the limit, and sometimes can maybe turn an accident and things like that. So I stop and I load the velocity, I think
Hmm.
velocity, and yeah, but I like this feeling, like this is good. I don't know how explained it, but is a anxiety, but is a good anxiety.
It's adrenaline, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
like
that's
to
it.
feel like that.
Yeah, that's it. And when my father have motorcycle, I do the same. And
Yeah,
it is very dangerous because motorcycle, you don't have the things that protect you. Okay,
exactly.
I think helmet protect you, but it's not like inside the car. The car you have my security, but it can have some the same thing. So it's very dangerous.
Okay,
Okay.
so Ellen, let's just you talk about something that my sister said all the time. Like I said, she was afraid all the time, and she's a afraid person nowadays. Luria, you are not afraid. You don't have any fears about when you like I like to do in a park. I like to jump in the in high places. I like to go in the waterfalls, and I jump. I think the last one I jumped in, which was in Paraty, uh,
Mhm.
for like 12 meters. She said, you are not afraid. No, I'm afraid. Of course I have a fear, but the adrenaline is high. Like I need to feel that. So I go afraid, but I'm risking my life, I know. So I need to calculate the size of the risk. This is
Yeah.
the secret. But I that is there are other people that they're really crazy for me. Like I saw people like jumping off, like a lot of they just jump in the water, like 100, and oh my god, how you can do this? But that's it. For
Mm.
me it's more like easy one, but it's a this adrenaline is enough for me. It's
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I think people like to try these I don't know how to say that. Maybe a hobby or things like that, because this is amazing. I like this adrenaline, the feel it, sometimes because sometimes our life is so parada, and you like to put some adrenaline. That's it. Let's go. Andrea, what's the biggest personal challenge you've overcome so far? So far,
Oh my
so
gosh.
far, I think. Mhm.
The biggest, it's difficult to think about the biggest because I believe that we are always facing and overcoming challenges. At least for me, I feel that my life is like that. But I can say about the sickness of my mom. My mom had cancer in 2022 when
Mhm.
we discovered that. and she's still in treatment because it it takes for I believe 5 years, for you to be completely considered, how can I say, curada? I don't know, for the,
Mhm.
the, the illness. So I don't know. I think it's still nowadays. I didn't overcome it because it's so difficult. I am my only child and I need to work and I depend on the other people to help me to, you know, to to help my mom to go to the doctor, this kind of things. And my
Mhm.
mom is a stubborn person. We don't have a really good relationship, so it turned the situation even worse,
Mhm.
So it's something that uh, I don't know, me feels me makes me feel a little upset, but more than that, I don't know how to explain that, Maybe
Mhm.
I need a therapy because sometimes we just need to talk, and people that are around you can help you, of course, but sometimes I believe that we get afraid to talk in deeply. Oh, swelling. My mom is like that. Maybe you will not understand me, because you know my mom, you know everything about our life. So sometimes I feel like that, you know, uh,
Mhm.
a little depressed, a little overwhelmed. So maybe I didn't overcome the situation, and because it's still happening, she is
Mhm.
still in treatment. So every time that she goes to a doctor, I get afraid because of the result of the news, uh, uh, how can I say, the news, I don't know, afraid of the news,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's a difficult situation, but I am trying to do my best on it to overcome, So I
Mhm.
think it's the biggest challenge that I've been
Yeah.
facing.
Yeah. And I agree with you. This is the biggest challenge to face it. And yeah, I think when you said about the talk to someone, one day my psychologist said to me that I like to talk with people and talk about my problem, that people that I said is my friend, my friend.
Mhm.
But my psychologist said to me one day that when you talk with someone that don't understand us, it's like jogar cartas fora, that you talk to someone that don't understand us, and they just say some comment about the your problem, and that comment is not like you, no, it's not a thing that you want to her, and it is very complicated because sometimes this can be worth, or can be better, we never say, nós nunca sabemos, but it's complicated to do it with someone that don't understand us. And when you go to the therapy, professional, I think, is there to help us. And we say, and I like to go there because I think all the things that we talked, I feel I don't know how to say that in English, mas compreensiva, compreendida. Sorry. And this is the good thing because I live there with my mind clear, and maybe, e sometimes with tipo, tiro um peso das costas, so because that I say to everyone, go to the therapy because it's really really good, when you go. It's not because people said, my mother all the time said, I don't need the psychologist, don't need to go there, but I see she needs, to go there and to talk to someone. Because sometimes when she talk to me, I see that I don't understand her problem, and she feel upset with me, because I don't understand her. And I said, go to the therapist, because there she or he will help you, with your problem and things like that. But she don't like to go. She's a old woman, and she's very stubborn.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it's very difficult to deal with this. And I go,
Yes.
and I like to go. I love to go there to the therapy. Helps so much. Thank you, Andrea, for sharing. Lucas, how are you?
For me, learning to speak in public and either with people, meeting meeting people, yes, extremely shy to the point of being afraid to speak. I would ficava tremendo quando chegava pessoas que eu não conhecia. But after a lot of practice and the therapy, I feel much more confident now.
It's good. I was a person that all the time I talk with people, but I don't know what happened in my adolescence that I stopped with this, and I have to practice this thing, this thing to talk with people again, and don't be shy with a little situation, little things, and the silly things, and I do a oratory course because that, to talk with people, to talk a lot of people, and it was good for me. I understand and I learn about it was very good. This helped me to talk with people and understand the things. Was very helpful. Thank you, Lucas, for sharing. Luria, I don't remember if you answered this question.
No, no, I
No?
can answer.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I need to say that sometimes uh, Philip and Talk and Talk, they could like charge us for therapy sessions, because here in Talk and Talk, always I said when I started in French to like it's a moment to share our opinions, just to talk, even if it's another language. And first, I think I overcome a lot of small things, big things too. But our life is we have a lot of problems. One of them, I was really afraid to be alone, but I love my company, so I used to go to take a coffee alone, to go to the cinema, to travel. No, I used to travel a lot and alone because of that. But when I am with someone, looks like my life changed, because I changed myself to be with this person. And in my other relationships, I was like that. And in this one, I decide to, of course, if you are in a relationship, you need to fight for this. You need to be in a relationship. But I decide that I will worry about myself too. About what I want, what is important for me, to to say more the things I want. Because and the other ones I was not mature, of course, and the other ones all the time I was afraid to say something. Oh, this is not good to say. You will fight with me. Maybe you broke with me because the feeling to be alone all the time, or maybe to start another relationship again. This is really sad. So, and I have problems with my parents too. Like now, I do therapy, and when I had the conversations with her, I said all the time, my problem nowadays is to separate my relation with my family, specifically with my parents, that they depend on me for everything, for financial, for emotional things, for everything, and my relationship with my partner, because my partner said, Luria, I need you here. This is the moment. And I'm there with my parents, or maybe I'm with my parents and they said, Luria, I need you here. So, and I need to be there. So this is really exhausting,
Mhm.
all these feelings. So I do therapy to be better with myself, to deal with all this. So first, to don't be guilty to be alone. It's okay to be alone. I can, of course, I prefer to have someone, but I need to enjoy my company. And all these expectations and with parents that, in my case, like I said, that they depend for me for a lot of things. And my life, I'm starting my life, man, that how I can separate, I'm really better right now. But I had moments in my life that I was stuck it, I was feeling guilt. I couldn't be good enough. I feel like that I couldn't be good enough for both of my relations. So I was like nothing. This is what I'm feeling. I was nothing. So is that like is how we can overcome this? The most of time is with time. You need to learn. You need to do therapy. You need to share, like we are doing right now. Just talk.
Mhm.
Just talk.
Yeah, I think it's very difficult to achieve all the expectation of everyone,
Yes.
and sometimes we have to think about us because we want to achieve all people expectation, and we forgot about us, and when you think about what do we want, I think all the time is what is what I want, and what I want to do, what I want to go, and it's very hard to deal with this because like you said, I think we feel guilty and sometimes selfish, because that selfish, egoísta, I think
Selfish.
so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Selfish.
we feel selfish with this, and it is very annoying. And all the time we think, oh my God, we don't have to think like that, but we think all the time, So it's a awful thing, awful situation, and for anxious people, it's a problem, because all the time you are overthinking about this. Okay, so let's go to another question. Let me see. We don't have so much time. Let me see. Okay, let's go to number six. I think the number six is a good one. Lurian, have you ever helped someone face their fears? How did it feel?
Um, yes, that I can consider myself like a help person. Like my friends, they said maybe I I could be like a psychologist because they love to talk with me because I'm good listening. So I really like to do this. I will give an example about my partner right now. He's he doesn't, like I said, he's shy, but he's shy, shy person, because he doesn't want to have some kind of specific thing about him. He wants you to be like free, to decide who he can be. But the most of time he has problems with self confidence about himself. To don't believe, he can do the things. And
Mhm.
I'm totally the opposite of that. I believe that we can do everything. I said, no, we can do, like, let's do it. I have energy. No, no, we can solve that. So, at the same time, it's a challenge between us. I think I'm helping a lot um, him, like in this way, to be okay to express himself and don't care about the others. For you understand, like sometimes he has problems to be in a place and express himself, because I don't want to bother anyone. And I said, who is paying your bills? All the time I said, like, you are responsible for you, like, don't be afraid or don't be ashamed to just exist. no, and this is really hard for me because my presence for who I like it is important. I'm not ashamed about who I am. So we have this contrast between us, and this is amazing. I like, because at the same time I have a lot of energy. I'm a talkative. He is my calm thing, moment. So it's helping me to all the time say, Luria, stop, take care of yourself. Luria, you are doing this too much. Maybe it's a time to slow down. So at the same time, like, I'm helping because he need to be more open to the world. At the same time, he helping me in this moment, when I cannot control that I want to do all the things at the same time, and he's just there to be my comfortable moment, my I can go there, and so I can say I'm helping him to be open in this, in the world, to be okay with himself. And I help a lot of my mom and my dad too, but I talk about them before, but uh, about to understand better the feelings that they have, old cultures sometimes, so is that I think we help with our existence sometimes. So is that.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Lydia. Andrea, how are you?
Yes, I think I can help someone because I consider myself a person that are always ready to help someone, you know. I like
Mhm.
it, and sometimes I forget about myself just to listening or just to help someone. And in this case, when it's happening, I try to think about, oh, maybe I need to be a selfish. You know, it's not a problem swelling to be a little selfish because we know about our lives. We know about our problems, you know, we know about our bills. So we need to think about us first, then we need to think about the others to be able to help the others. But I am a good listener. If you need me, you can count on me, you know. So I try to do it. Not, I not try to do it. I am like that all the time. And I am trying to change, you know, because sometimes I think I feel that I am so helpful, you know, for the others. And maybe I don't have the same return when I need, you know. So this is the problem sometimes. But yeah, of course, if you can co- need me, you can count on me all the time because I am really friendly. I can say that.
Yeah, and I totally agree with this when you said and Ludian said, because like when Ludian said about the help the others and be there, I remember I'm a positive person, like Ludian said. All the things will be good, and
Mhm.
you can achieve it, you can do it, and things like that. And like you said, Andrea, sometimes we don't receive the return, of these things. And you feel, oh my God, I'm I, uh, I am the friend, just I do the thing, just I, and this is so exhaustive, sometimes. But when I stop to do it, I think, oh my God, I will be hard with people. I will try to chant it, and when I do it, I feel bad with me, when I do it. And
Yes, because
the
sometimes it's not our essence, you know.
yeah,
We like to help, but something
mhm.
that I put, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah, go ahead.
Swelling, but something that I put on my mind is it's better to do the things that you are feeling well for
Mhm.
you. Oh, I will do it because I am feeling well, not because you expected the same for the others, you know. Because when we expect so much for the others, this is the bad part because people really sometimes even don't know about you are thinking, you know. So I try to do the things for the others because I need to feel well with myself, not because
Mhm,
I am expecting the others the same. But sometimes we want that,
mhm.
we want to be recognized, but it's not all the time that it's happening. So that's it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sueli, I
No,
just
go ahead.
interrupt you.
Not a problem. And I will say that because my psychologist that the same thing that you said,
Mhm.
and I try to put it in my mind, I don't need to be like that person, that don't help me or don't say good words, uh, tipo me levantar, I don't know how to say that. And I don't need to see no to be like that person, and I try to put it in my mind and follow my life, because okay, it's I'm that way. I don't have to change my way to because people don't like me or people don't like that way that I act, and things like that. So it's hard to put this in my mind, but I try. And I try to don't change my, like you say, essence, and things like that, because people like me, will like me the way that I will, the way that I am, you know and that's it. Thank you so much, Andrea. Lucas, how are you?
Yeah, my story is a little funny.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
yes, with your friends, you has afraid of hatings. Autora, não sei se estou falando certo. And
Autora?
I,
Sorry.
autora.
Ah, tá.
Uh, and I as also scared. We would ride the roller coasters. I don't know correctly, montanha-russa. And sometimes we would be upside down for 2 minutes a height of 150 metros. From here, we could see a giant river and giant rocks. For me, it was it as if it so had left my body. É como se a minha alma tivesse saído do corpo, but I had to control myself to help my friends. You needed to face this fear. At the same time, I has happy to have helped someone to face their fears, to have given with the confidence to help him. At the same time, I yes, shaking all over. That's it.
Yeah, of course. I know. I hate montanha-russa because minha alma também sai do corpo. I don't like it to go there because that I was one time when I was a child, and my father said to me that he will with me, and he didn't, and just go me and my cousin, and we was 90 years old, 18, 90 years old, and was very, very scared. But before that, before no, after that, I never go anymore in the montanha-russa. Eu fiquei traumatizada. That's it. Guys, I think we don't have more time to answer the question because if you answer, we pass the time, okay? So I would like to thank so much for you to enjoy this conversation, understand this conversation, okay? So we see in another immersion, okay? And happy Mother's Day for you, okay? And have a nice Sunday, okay? Bye bye. Thank you so